Hi there. So, post Nancy Pelosi's visit to the island nation of Taiwan, the People's Liberation Army, that is Chinese military, is conducting its military exercises in the Taiwan Strait. And these exercises doesn't look less than the preparation of a full-fledged war. And now they have also declared that the 3 days exercises will be extended up till August 15. Apart from the live firing which these guys are doing, on 4th of August, 11 ballistic missiles of DF series were fired across the Taiwan, right? Across the Taiwan, and a couple of them also landed in the Japan's EEZ, an area which is being contested by both China and Japan. So, what can we expect? So many of the fighter planes of People's Liberation Army have also flown on the territory, be it J7, J11, J16 series, Su-30, Y8, EW, Y8, ASW. All these have also flown and they have crossed the eastern part. They have flown uh, on the eastern part of the median line of the Taiwan Strait, and that is going on every day. So things are not very good. Now the million-dollar question is that is China going to attack and capture Taiwan? Well, anybody who says that it is going to do with certainty is either bluffing or is a part of the Xi Jinping's cabal, because the right answer can be given by Xi Jinping and his people only. But looking at the geopolitical stuff, it's not that easy for China also. Remember one thing, we have seen the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and it didn't went very good. It didn't went well for Russia. And Russia is militarily, not economically, but definitely militarily a bigger power than China. And Taiwan is a bigger power as compared to Ukraine. Ukraine was preparing for war for around from a decade, you can say, from 2014 and onwards. But Taiwan is preparing since its inception as a country, since around 7 decades. It's preparing for an attack from China. So there is no comparison between the two situations, and it will be a very difficult attack for even for China. So China won't do that, and China also know that the kind of sanctions which the Western world will levied upon it. It have already Chinese economy is in a mess. The real estate bubble has already crashed. There are banking problems. There are other issues. The zero COVID policy has failed significantly. The unemployment rate is on rise. So China is not in a condition, is not in a capacity to bear those kind of sanctions which are being levied upon on Russia. Call it anything, but Russian economy is uh, an energy surplus and food surplus economy. But China is not energy surplus nor food surplus. It's a manufacturing country, a manufacturing and export oriented economy. So an export oriented economy can't take those kind of sanctions, so it is not easy. And we have seen also one thing, when China sanctioned Taiwan, they didn't sanction the chip companies, the chip manufacturing industry. So the sanction also says that China is not prepared for the economic consequences. But this doesn't wipe out the possibility. Why this doesn't wipe out the possibility? Because if Xi Jinping is in a trouble, in a political trouble, then he can go for a war or an attack on Taiwan, because by doing that, he will hunt two birds in one stone. Number one, all the criticism within Chinese community or within the CCP regarding his zero COVID policy will be forgotten, because war will lead to hyper nationalism. And supposedly, if he captures the island nation of Taiwan, then he will place himself equivalent to Mao Zedong. Why I'm saying that? Because Mao and every president after Mao, they were having a target. They were wanting to annex Taiwan, but they were not able to. So if this guy can do it, then he can happily get a third term. So I can't say that he is not going to attack on Taiwan. He may attack Taiwan, and it depends on the political situation, what the Shanghai gang is doing with him, because the Shanghai gang troubles him. The fractions within the Communist Party who opposes Xi Jinping are the fractions led by Mr. Jiang, the former president who was president before Hu Jintao and after Deng Xiaoping. So if the political situation is against him, he may attack, he may go for a full-fledged attack on Taiwan, otherwise he won't go. But whatever it be, today, tomorrow, after a decade, China is going to will try to annex Taiwan. So what should the world do? First question arises, was Nancy Pelosi's going to Taiwan was a good move or not? I say it was a moral move. Why I say? Because morality says that you must stand against a bully, and China is a autocratic bully. So going to Taiwan was a good move, and Taiwan is number eighth in world democracy list. So it's a support for a democratic nation. So I don't say that she was wrong in going. She did a good job. Now what Americans are doing wrong is the kind of weapon system they are giving to Taiwan. See, Taiwan is having a good number of fleets of F-16s, but I don't think that F-16 can prevent a Chinese attack, because these planes need a long runway for takeoff and to come down. So they need fighter planes like F-22s or F-35, which can take off and also come down using very small runway, or come go up and come down vertically, because the first thing China is going to do will be they will bombard the air bases so that the fighter planes become useless. Then any attack on Taiwan will definitely be an amphibian attack. So in order to counter the Chinese Navy and to protect the Taiwanese uh, beaches, the Americans, what should they do? They must supply Taiwan with modern artillery, mobile artillery, and high range artillery systems, so that they can protect the beaches of Taiwan from a Chinese invasion. And third, but very importantly, Taiwan must be supplied with nuclear powered submarines, the like of which Australia is getting from UK and US, because with those submarines, uh, Taiwan can guard the straits properly, and it will also give a very clear cut message to People's Liberation Army, that is Communist Party. So I'm keeping an eye on the developments, and I will come back to you. Goodbye.